Whenever I tell people that I'm a psychologist, I notice something. Some smile politely and they say, "Oh, so you must be analyzing me right now." Others look nervous and they will jokingly say that, "Oh, so you just listen to people complain all day?" And of course, there's the classic image of somebody lying on a couch while the therapist sits quietly in the corner with a notepad, offering the occasional, mm-hmm. But the truth is, therapy isn't like that at all. In fact, therapy is one of the most misunderstood professions out there. People have assumptions based on TV shows, social media, or stories from a friend of a friend. Today, I want to clear up some of the biggest misconceptions about therapy, what it really is, what it isn't, and why it can be such a powerful tool, not just for healing, but for growth. My name is Avanti Desai and I'm a counseling psychologist and an award-winning author of Just Like Therapy. The link to purchase my book is given in the description below. On this channel, I share tools and tricks from therapy and psychology research to help you make your lives better. If you'd like me to get more such content, please like, share and subscribe to keep the channel going. Now, one of the most damaging myths about therapy is the idea that it's only for people who are broken or for those who are going through a major crisis. Yes, therapy can absolutely help in times of crisis, such as depression, anxiety, grief, trauma, but it's not limited to that. Therapy is also for people who are doing okay but want to live with more clarity, more confidence, and more meaning. Think about it this way. You don't wait for your teeth to fall out before you see a dentist, right? You go for checkups, for maintenance, for prevention. Therapy is similar. It's like a workout for the mind and the heart. I have worked with people who had no clinical diagnosis at all. They just came in because they wanted to understand themselves better, or maybe navigate a big life decision, or simply have a safe space to express the feelings that they've never really had the chance to before. So no, therapy isn't just for when you're falling apart. It can also be for when you're trying to build yourself up. Another big conception is that therapists are advice givers. People sometimes come in expecting me to hand them a list. Do this, don't do that, here's your life plan. But it's not how it works. Therapy isn't me telling you how to live. It's about creating a space where you discover what feels true and aligned for you. If I just gave advice, then I'd be inserting my values, my worldview into your life. And that's not fair. My role isn't to tell you who to be. It's to help you uncover who you already are. Sometimes I ask guiding questions. Sometimes I reflect what I hear. Sometimes I challenge a thought. But ultimately, the insights have to come from you. Because when they do, they last longer, they sink deeper, and they actually stick. So no, therapy isn't going to a doctor and being handed a prescription. It's more like holding up a mirror so you can see yourself clearly. A lot of people imagine therapy as endless conversations about everything that's wrong in their life. And yes, sometimes we do talk about painful experiences, but therapy is not about getting stuck in the problem. It's in fact about movement. It's about noticing patterns, emotions, beliefs, and then asking, how do we shift this? How do we create a different outcome? And I often say that therapy is both about insight and action. We might spend one session understanding where a belief came from and the next session practicing new coping tools or communication strategies. It's not all doom and gloom. In many sessions, there's laughter, there's relief, even joy. Therapy is about the full range of being human, not just the struggles but also the possibilities. Another misunderstanding that 1 or 2 sessions are enough to completely change your life. Now I get it. When you're hurting, you want relief and fast. And sometimes even a single session can bring clarity or comfort. But therapy is a process. Just like physical rehabilitation takes time to rebuild strength, emotional healing takes time to rebuild trust, resilience, and new patterns. Some people come for a few months, some for years, and some even longer. It depends on the person, their goals, and their pace. Therapy isn't a quick fix. It's more like gardening. You plant seeds, you water them, you nurture them, and slowly things start to grow. One of the myths I hear a lot is that therapy is sterile, that therapists are detached, clinical, distant. Of course, professionalism is important, but good therapy is also deeply human. In reality, the foundation of therapy is connection, empathy, safety, a sense you can bring your whole self into the room without judgment. Some of the most powerful moments in therapy aren't when a technique is applied, but when a client truly feels seen, maybe for the very first time. That warmth, that presence is what makes healing possible. So, no, therapy isn't cold. At its best, it's one of the warmest and the most authentic relationships that you can experience. So, what is therapy really? It's not just for people who are broken. It's not about handing out advice. It's not endless problem talk or a quick fix. And it's definitely not cold or clinical. Therapy is about growth. It's about self-discovery. It's about having a space where your thoughts, feelings, and story are met with compassion, curiosity, instead of judgment. For me, being a therapist is about helping people return to themselves, to the parts that they have forgotten, ignored, or hidden away. So if you've ever thought about therapy, I hope this helped clear up some of the myths. And if you'd like to hear more reflections on psychology, mental health, and overall my journey as an author, then make sure to subscribe. Because the truth is, therapy isn't about changing who you are. It's about giving you the freedom to finally be yourself. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.